Sirenhead is quickly becoming one of the most popular monster characters around. The creature was designed by Toronto artist Trevor Henderson, who is often also referred to by his Twitter username SlimySwampGhost. As the love and fear for Sirenhead has increased, this creature has been popping up everywhere, from short online videos to video games to TikTok. I'm your host Amanda McKnight, and today we'll be taking a look at some of Sirenhead's reported sightings as we count down the top 10 scary Sirenhead encounters. Alright, let's get counting. Number 10. Hidden Sirenhead. So this one is a reported sighting of a Sirenhead in a video. Now, of course, this all depends on how much stock you want to put into these reported sightings. I initially didn't think this video was particularly scary until I watched it a few times and realized that the Sirenhead can only be spotted in the very background. So this is one of those scary videos that if you manage to spot Sirenhead without really looking for him, it creates one of those "what was that" moments. Though, of course, if you slow it down, this one does look pretty fake, which takes away from the whole scare factor. Obviously, the more real something feels, the scarier it is. The sound in this video, though, the idea of Sirenhead mimicking children, is what really adds to its spooky factor. Number 9. Hide and Seek. This is the part 1 to an encounter that we'll come back to later in this list. This found footage style video has the witness investigating an emergency service announcement that seems to have been playing outside their home. They leave their home, wandering towards the sound, only to find Sirenhead standing between the trees atop a hill. This sighting is frightening just because it almost looks like, at first glance, like Sirenhead themselves is just an odd shaped tree. And later it seems the sound Sirenhead makes interferes with the recording device, which is an interesting bit of information. If this were to be true, it would be almost impossible to catch this creature on film in real life. The video also shows the character recording it while the person taking the video is hiding from the Sirenhead in what appears to be a cemetery. And as the Sirenhead wanders past their hiding spot, we get a surprisingly good close-up look at the Sirenhead's disturbing, spindly body before the video ends. Number 8. Wildlife camera. This video claims to be real-life footage from a stationary wildlife camera. It shows a Sirenhead just barely walking by in the distance. You can barely make it out through thick fog. Do you see it? The thin figure could almost be passed off for a rolling of the fog itself, as its thin frame barely appears in the video. But about halfway through passing the camera, you can see what is unmistakably speakers in the place of a head near the top of the creature. And as it passes, you can hear that familiar wailing of its sirens, which many have likened to the sound of a Chicago tornado siren. In fact, if you listen to footage containing these emergency sirens, the two sound almost identical. So, is this an edited video with the siren sound and figure added in, or actual real-life footage? What do you think?
Fake news.
Number 7. Fallout 4 mod. The encounter you can have in the Whispering Hills fan-made mod created by Manga Club in Fallout 4 is pretty frightening because of how big of an enemy this Sirenhead is in relation to other large foes that you face in Fallout. That and Sirenhead usually only appears amidst fog, which this mod also adds to the game. The bigger an enemy is in Fallout, usually the bigger a punch they pack, and Sirenhead is no exception. If Sirenhead gets near enough to you, there is a chance that it will kill you with one hit. Which, if this happens, it will definitely get your adrenaline pumping the next time you spot a Sirenhead in the game. Number 6. The Poles of 84. This video appears to be found footage of some windmills from Wednesday, March 14th, 1984, according to its timestamp. The video shows a dirt road or trail ahead amidst what appears to be a flat landscape. As it pans right, we see windmills in the distance, except that one appears to be different from the rest, and not a windmill at all. Instead, it appears to be a pole with 3 speakers coming out of the top of it. The pole begins to spin as the footage seems to white out. It's unclear why the footage ends this way, though. It could be another nod to Sirenhead's sounds affecting recording equipment, or altering footage. You can hear footsteps at the top of the video, followed by the low whine of a horn or siren, as the camera pans and zooms in on the pole. Number 5. Searching for Sirenhead. It's definitely Sirenhead, or it might be a wolf. YouTuber Team DX Army decided to share a live stream of them going out into the woods in Tanyard Creek State Park in Arkansas, where apparently there was a reported sighting by someone who was attacked by a large creature that could mimic voices in the 1990s. Venturing out in the woods themselves, they ended up trudging through a bunch of thorns and heard the sound of a droning siren, or perhaps a wolf. It's hard to hear. And then they found what appeared to be a statue of Sirenhead, or some kind of Sirenhead in stasis, perhaps. As they leave the woods, it sounds like the creature may be pursuing them. And then they hear something mimicking one of their friends' voices. They end up leaving the woods when dust is being stirred up and they hear the sound of something running past them, and then a siren blaring.
Dude, what is that? Whoa! Whoa! Ah!
Number 4. Trapped by Sirenheads. This game starts with you trapped by Sirenheads, who appear to be bookending either side of the trail that you are on. Their distance and constant wailing, sheer size, and the darkness of this game all lend to making this encounter more creepy and terrifying. If you get too close to them, they also will definitely kill you. Definitely. Of course, all you have to do is get around them to avoid death, but until you figure that out, their presence is pretty terrifying. You also can't really see them in this very dark, fog-covered forest until it's too late, which also makes it a little harder to avoid them. Number 3. MODUS Interactive. In the MODUS Interactive PS1 style game, the appearance of Sirenhead is oddly enough one of the most startling, despite the fact that these are older graphics. Older graphics aside, this game proves just how little you need good graphics to ensure a good scare in a video game. The reason why this Sirenhead encounter is one of the most scary is because of the suspense leading up to its appearance. The reveal of Sirenhead silently somehow kind of appearing behind you, despite his size, is another thing that adds to the terror of this encounter. Add this to the fear that you feel while sprinting around Sirenhead and away from it as it chases you, emitting a droning siren and then horrific sounds of the murder it likely committed while in pursuit of you, and you have an in-game experience that may even keep you up at night. Number 2. Government-controlled area. This is the part 2 of the video I referred to in the point hide and seek. This found footage style online video takes us on a journey through the person shooting it to a government-controlled area. Using this handheld camera, this person explores the area, unsurprisingly coming across the strange Sirenhead creature. The scariest part happens at the end when the person successfully retreats indoors. Honestly, it's always when you least expect a scare that they become just so much more effective. Watch yourself the video to find out what I'm talking about with this short. Also, how does everyone still manage in found footage to have the worst possible quality handheld camera? It makes the video more scary for sure because you can't really tell what's going on, but it's 2020. My phone's front-facing camera has more pixels than all of these cameras put together. I'm literally filming on my phone right now. Why would I use a handheld? Why would I run around with a handheld VHS tape camera? Number 1, run and shoot. In this short game featuring Sirenhead, you are at least given a rifle to defend yourself against it. And yet, this still likely won't bring you much comfort when Sirenhead finally appears. The other thing that makes the creature's appearance terrifying in this game is the various sounds that it makes. It draws you in with a broadcast reporting your missing friends' deaths, and makes low animalistic and guttural noises in addition to its typical siren-like wail. However, just because it is great at making noise doesn't mean that it always will. It can even sneak up on you relatively quietly with only its footsteps being heard as an indication as to where it might be coming from. And you need to keep an eye out as the creature is shrouded in fog. When it does appear, you have only a brief moment to shoot it, as its dark silhouette appears against the white, foggy surroundings, before it will surely kill you. Also, what's up with all the fog with Sirenhead? Does Sirenhead bring the fog? Does it only exist in foggy environments? What do you guys think? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning more about the lore surrounding Sirenhead, how we believe it appears and interacts with people through these spooky encounters. Where do you think you would be most likely to find a Sirenhead in the world? What do you think Sirenhead is trying to communicate with its warning siren call? Are you afraid of Sirenhead, or do you think it's just a misunderstood creature? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And be sure to smash that subscribe if you haven't already on your way down there. This has been Top 10 Gaming, and I'm your host Amanda McKnight, reminding you to keep on gaming on. Pew pew!